there's a space I'm searching for, and I don't know how to find it, but like, I believe in it. And I get so sick of the act of articulating, as if articulating it will make it more real. As if I have to prove to myself its legitimacy by describing it. I think that's the act of metaphors losing their meaning. I think that's where I get sick of the poetry of life. When the space between here and there gets too big, and there just becomes some abstract concept that I don't have access to. And I find myself doing that more and more often, as if I'm sinking into some grand act of creation, but I don't think it's a grand act of creation. I've been really contemplating fuel, like what I use to fuel my stuff. And I've been more and more aware that fuel for me has been discomfort, aggravation, anger, pain, over and over again. That's what I've been using as fuel. That's fine enough when the task at hand doesn't require softness, doesn't require creativity. When the task at hand is just grinding. But when the task at hand does require softness, I find myself lost in the process of it all. And I find that the process, I don't even know, dude. I've been thinking about a hammer and an anvil. A hammer and an anvil, because that is real synergy. An anvil bounces a hammer up. It doesn't just, receive the impact of the hammer. It allows the blacksmith to hammer with so much more energy, so much more efficiency. Because it's not just absorbing impact. It's like if you were to punch a sandbag, it would just absorb the impact, but an anvil bounces. That bounce is important in the act of creation. Bouncing ideas off of someone, bouncing. But pain does not turn into great creation for me. I don't like creating art from a space of pain. I don't like creating art from a space of chaos or a space of discomfort or a space of... It's a space of searching. It's a space of longing. It's a space of knowing what wonder is and choosing to seek after it, even if I don't see it in my day-to-day. And maybe that's why the relationship with pain is so uncomfortable for me, because I don't know how to let go of it. I don't know how to let go of pain as a fuel source, because it can't only be the fuel source. If this tattoo is supposed to mean something to me, then I gotta let it mean something to me. Lord, let my cup overflow with what you pour into it. Let me pour out your grace and love onto those around me. Means I have to have received grace and love from God. Means I have to have received grace and love from God if I want to give it to others. And if I want that to be inside my creation, I need to spend more time inside that well, that space of offering. Humble. That is a humble realization. That's a humble thing to believe, to accept. Oh gosh, I hope this audio is not all scraggly from this. Authenticity. Offer up your kidney. Offer it to me. Give me your kidneys. I want kidneys. No. Haruki Murakami wrote this book called What I Talk About When I Talk About Running. Haruki Murakami wrote a book. Haruki Murakami's written a lot of books. It changed my perspective on writing fundamentally, because I love when I find an artist who makes me think the thought, oh, you can just do that. Oh, you can just do that. There's another artist. She makes paintings out of puzzle pieces. God, I love it so much. Oh, you can just do that. You can. Haruki Murakami wrote a book called What I Talk About When I Talk About Running. And in that book, he said this thing about his creative. And I thought it was true for me. I thought it was so true for me. Because what he said sounded so profound, but it's profound because it's true for him. It's not true for me. That's why you gotta try things out. Let them fail. I don't know what that is. It's gross. He said his creative comes from a space similar to a pufferfish, and how a pufferfish is so amazing to eat, but the meat is so close to the poison, and his creative is so close to the poison inside himself. But you have to get as close as you can to get the best stuff. And that's not true for me. It's actually the opposite. I have to get as close as I can to the thing that fulfills me the most to make the best stuff. I have to get all the way to overflowing for me to even be able to create. I have to be poured into. I have to make sure I am fueled. I have to be poured into like a flower. I'm delicate. This is the soft spot. If the camera can't see you, then you can't see the camera. So this is my angle of space, okay? You have a great shot of wall and hotel. I love this hotel so much. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Hammer and Anvil. It was a great poem I wrote. But I wrote it from the eyes of my critic. My critic sucks at creating. It kills the mood. But it's beautiful tension. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a healthier relationship with tension. I love tension. Tension makes a guitar string have sound. Sound. Tension makes my voice sound like this because I put it in my stomach and there's more tension around it now. And tension is the birthplace of creation. It's the moment where it all leans in and waits for the explosion, for the stars to shine. Woo! Creation. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah! Creation is that wonderful thing. Creation is supposed to be tension, because creation is not final. Creation is a process. So my relationship with tension right now is, I am like shitting, I'm constipated. Yeah, constipated. I'm a ball of tension. I'm not releasing, I'm not expanding, filling air, taking. Man, this feels good. This does not. That's too much tension. Not enough tension, I fly away. I drift off into nothingness. Be fun to fly though. But tension as a creative, tension as a living person of life. Ah, gosh, I feel so much better without tension in my body. I sound better without tension in my body. And my body. Tension. I say tension one more time. Oh, I swear I'm gonna get ya. Tension is. No, that's anticipation. Anticipation is waiting for the explanation of tension. Tension is the process of pulling it apart and figuring it out. It's cracking the oyster shell open to get that pearl out. That's tension, baby. Matthew McConaughey, baby. All right. Tension. And the creative process is around vulnerability. Yeah. Ooh, I feel that. That is true. That is big true, because tension is with how real can I be, how vulnerable can I be, how authentic can I offer up my kidneys of authenticity and be me. Tension is pulling something new from the truth of myself. And the tension is the resistance. Oh, we're getting somewhere. It's the resistance from my framing of the world as a whole. Travel breaks that tension really well, because travel reshapes your understanding of the world. And tension is the resistance to having your understanding of the world broadened. Yeah. That's tension, baby. And I forgot where this started, but I feel a lot better. So thanks for listening.